Oh, hey, what's up everyone and welcome to another video. This is for a little movie called Split, which just came out today. It doesn't officially come out until tomorrow, but you could watch it at like 7 and 10 p.m. screenings on Thursday, just like most movies. And this is a brand new M. Night Shyamalan directed and written movie, and it's getting great reviews. It has some really good trailers. James McAvoy's in it, so you got a big star. This movie is something I was really looking forward to. I mean, it came out in January, which was a little iffy, like, uh-oh. Most movies that come out in January are either shit or movies that were limited released in December just so they can get, like, Oscar buzz and, you know, they can be eligible for an Oscar, and then they come out wide in January so everybody can see it. And this was definitely not a limited run movie. This is a straight up wide release on a Friday in January. I was worried, even though the reviews were great, so were the reviews for Blair Witch before that came out too, so who knows. And I thought that was an okay movie, but, you know, the point is that the reviews could plummet. Luckily, they haven't, and luckily, this is a great film. It really is. It's a great movie with just a fantastic performance by James McAvoy. I should say performances, because he really does embody about maybe 7 or 8 different characters in here. He plays a character that has a DID, I forgot what something, multiple personalities pretty much. And he has 23 of them, 24 really, but that's a big plot point later on in the movie. But 23 personalities that just manifest inside him and just randomly, like, different personalities, different people with different traits and stuff will just randomly pop out. Like, one time he'll be a character named Barry, who's a fashionista. One time he'll be a little kid named Hedwig, who's like 9 years old and stuff. And he has all these different personalities that pop up out of nowhere. And the whole movie's about this character that kidnapping these 3 girls, one of them played by the girl from The Witch, Anya Taylor-Joy, I think her name is, and kidnapping these girls for a supposed, like, ritual. That's all he keeps saying, a ritual for the Beast, which is a supposed 24th personality that is inside Kevin. That's his actual name. Kevin was his name before he had all these personalities, and it's a really, really great slow burn thriller with a lot of really good dialogue, great performances. James McAvoy is not the only one who gives a great performance. You also have Anya Taylor-Joy, I think that's her name, and she does a great job in this. You have the other 2 girls. There's 3 captive altogether. The other 2 girls, I don't know the actresses' names, but they do a good job for the most part. Everybody does a really good job. The psychiatrist in the movie, I can't remember the actress's name, but she's really good. This isn't going to be a full-fledged review. This is a quick review, and it's only a review because I want to talk about the movie a little bit, tell you guys that it is damn good, and then I want to talk about the ending. I really want to talk about it. But really, it is a great film that you should see nonetheless, okay? It is a movie that knocks it out of the park when it comes to creepiness, performances, writing, even like the ambiance. Like almost the entire movie just takes place inside this. It looks like maybe like a basement or whatever, or a maintenance whatever. It's a giant underground thing, and it reminded me a lot of 10 Cloverfield Lane, actually. A lot of the stuff in this movie reminded me of 10 Cloverfield Lane. Even James McAvoy's performance kind of reminded me of John Goodman's performance from 10 Cloverfield Lane, how he switches on a dime randomly. He could be sweet, he could be aggressive, he could be, you know, angry, he could be scary, you know. It's the same kind of thing here. But he is so good. The ambience is so good. The score is so good. I know all I'm saying is this is good and this is good. Overall, it is a truly phenomenal movie, especially if you consider who's directing it and what he's done in the past. Alright, he's done some really great movies, in my opinion, of course, but he's done some truly shit ones, which I don't need to even mention any of them, because you know which ones they are. But The Last Airbender. But, After Earth. The Village. So, Lady in the Water. So, you have a lot of really bad ones that he's done. But it really is a joy to see this guy kind of being back. Like, The Visit was good. I really liked it. It was a fun little movie with some comedic elements. And it's kind of the same thing here. It has horror elements, it has comedic elements, great performances, overall, as a package, Split is really good. It's even emotional at times. The only problem I have with the movie is that the other two female characters are just there to be there, I guess. They're there just to have other characters, and they kind of, I don't know, it's a little weird what their roles end up being. Like, their whole point there is sexual in nature. That's all I'll say. It's not even really a spoiler. It's not a spoiler at all. But I don't want to talk too much about it. But anyway, this movie is fantastic. I really loved it, and I'd probably give it around. I'd give it a 30. I'd give it a 35 out of 40. It's a great film. I highly recommend it, especially if you want a good movie in January. If you're just like, you know what, January needs some good movies, here's one for you. I hope you enjoy it. But now I want to talk about that ending. Okay? So everybody that hasn't seen the movie, go away, go watch it, and then come back. Okay? Come back to this part because I really want to talk about this freaking ending. Okay? So I'm giving you a warning. Go away. Spoiler warning. Please do not continue. Okay? I put it in the freaking description. Spoilers at the end. Okay? I'll give you another 5 seconds. Anyway, there you go. Now let's talk about the ending to this movie. And I really mean like the last 30 seconds of this film. Split, I was not expecting this at all. This movie should have been called Twist. And I know M. Night Shyamalan's known for twists, and there's definitely a twist in this movie. But it should have been called Twist because it is leading up to this twist. The ending of this movie... I'm not going to talk about anything else that happens in the movie. I'm just going to say it leads up to a diner, okay? And they're in this diner, this old-fashioned kind of diner. Everybody's at a bar and, you know, at little stalls and whatever. And it pans throughout people while they're watching the TV talking about James McAvoy's character, who's still at large and he's gone and whatnot. And it pans across these two women. And to be honest, the two women, at least the one that was talking about what I'm about to mention here, is a pretty bad actress. The way she was talking about this is just like, that reminds me of 15 years ago about this this guy in the wheelchair. What was his name again? And immediately I was like, they call me Mr. Glass? And then it zooms past her. There's someone behind her, like she's at a bar at the bar, like the whatever, and she's kind of like in front of this guy that's behind her. He's kind of like I don't know. He's in the background. Doesn't matter. Point is that she is talking about a guy in a wheelchair that was similar to the case of this guy, James McAvoy's character Kevin, and this guy says his name was Mr. Glass, and then they look over and the camera zooms by and it's fucking Bruce Willis, and I was so fucking excited. When I get excited, like legit excited, I don't make noises. I just go, that's me. And it reminded me so much, speaking of 10 Cloverfield Lane earlier, it reminded me of when I saw the 10 Cloverfield Lane trailer before 13 Hours, and I had no idea there was a new Cloverfield coming out. I was like, oh, it reminded me of that. It was like watching a trailer for a sequel to a movie I've wanted for years. For people that are watching this and don't give a crap, if you don't know what that means, it is a direct, not even a reference, it has a direct correlation to M. Night Shyamalan's second best movie. To me, it might be his first best, but for most people consider it his second best, Unbreakable, which is a great movie that turns out towards the end to be a supervillain origin story. I'm not going to say anything else. It is a terrific movie. Alright? And this movie ends with Bruce Willis's character, David, who is a security guard in Unbreakable, who has superhero powers, just there saying his name was Mr. Glass while he's watching a TV, and it really sets up a sequel. It's really like, yeah, we're going to have a sequel, and guess what? It's going to be Unbreakable too. And that floored me. So I was on the floor. I was like, oh, I was excited, and I was like, and I fell on the ground. I didn't actually. Just people don't type in the comments like, he didn't do that. He's a fucking liar. But I was so fucking happy. I was not expecting that. I was expecting like a twist with the movie, like James McAvoy's character is he rips off his skin and he's a werewolf or some shit. It's something silly like that. I've heard the twist or the thing that, like, the conclusion to this movie was a little silly, but I was not expecting that ending. I really wasn't, and I just wanted to share with you guys how excited I am at the possibility of an Unbreakable sequel. And in a way, this is kind of an Unbreakable sequel because they're setting it up where Kevin, James McAvoy's character, is going to be the next villain that David has to go and stop. And I'm so fucking excited. I really am. And the potential of Mr. Glass, Elijah Price, I think that was his name, of course played by Samuel L. Jackson, coming back as well. I can't wait. The sequel we've been waiting for. The one we've been promised for years. M. Night Shyamalan, you made a great movie here, and you showed me that if there ever is a sequel to Unbreakable, you can definitely do it, man. I mean, it might be the low budget, but to be honest, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. The budget of Unbreakable wasn't my favorite part about Unbreakable, okay? Same thing with Cloverfield. My favorite part about Cloverfield wasn't the amazing special effects. It was how well they implemented the found footage with a creature feature, pretty much. So I cannot wait. I can't wait. I'm excited. So anyway, there you go. That's my quick little review, even though it's like 11 minutes long, but the review itself, the review portion was quick. And my spoiler discussion for Split. Watch this movie. It's great, and at the end you get a little cherry on top. So anyway, thank you and goodbye.